For gracious introduction. Thank you so much. The Honourable Jamie Martens, ladies and gentlemen, welcome you to the 35th anniversary celebration of the National Fergal Nolan National Laboratories of the Radiation Safety Institute of Canada. Can you hear me? It was just 35 years ago in this building, at this very location, that our national laboratories was formally opened by the late Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, Sylvia Fedoruk, and also the former Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Reza. Over the past 35 years, the Institute's laboratories has come a long way. On those days, there was no requirement in terms of licensing for radiation safety dosimetry services in Canada. But after the formation of Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission and also Canadian Nuclear Safety Act, then the laboratories or dosimetry service providers must have been licensed. So it took quite a long way for Brian and the team to get the Institute's laboratories here in Saskatoon to be licensed by the CNSC. So we became actually the only licensed laboratory in the world to offer personal alpha dosimetry service in the whole universe, in fact. So we put Saskatchewan and the city of Saskatoon on the map. The Institute, as you may know, that the Institute established 45 years ago by a gentleman called Dr. Dale Smythe. Dale Smythe was the registrar of the University of Toronto. Later he became Dean of Atkinson College at York University. And then at that time, actually he was one of the 40 people who established York University in Toronto. So he was very much concerned about the health and safety of uranium workers in Alligator Lake. So he got hold of a famous Canadian geologist by the name of Dr. Frank Dubin, who was actually the discoverer of uranium ore in Alligator Lake. So they set up this not-for-profit organization. As one of our board members this morning said, it doesn't mean that we are for loss. We are not for profit, but not for loss. So we charge for our services. So they established this organization in Alligator Lake, and after being in Alligator Lake for about 10 years, and while the uranium mining in Alligator Lake was going to basically end operation, and the high-grade uranium ores in Saskatchewan was discovered, then the Institute moved its laboratories from Alligator Lake to Saskatoon, and same place as we are. We have been here for 35 years, and we are so glad that we did this. So this is the history of a brief history of the Institute. We are a unique organization in Canada, apart from being a science and technology sort of institution offering personal alpha dosimetry, but our intangible asset is our independence and the work we do in terms of bringing communities together, in terms of elevating the concerns regarding radiation protection, radiation safety in workplaces, in the environment, and we have done a lot of work in this regard in many places, including in Ontario and also in Saskatchewan as well. When the high-grade uranium ores are coming into operation, the Institute was very instrumental in preparing environmental impact studies for companies such as, on those days, Kojima, and then, of course, Chemical. So as Natalia mentioned, the future of nuclear is very promising, and the Institute is there to basically assist the Saskatchewan government in terms of public relations, in terms of public education. Being an independent, when we talk about radiation to the public, because of the credibility we bring, because of the independence we bring to the table, the public, they accept what we say. We are not government, we are not industry, so I think that is a kind of really an asset, intangible asset, which the province of Saskatchewan and our country, Canada, for that matter, we have in the existence of this organization, and hopefully the governments and also industry will utilize this asset as much as they can, and we are there to assist and help. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce the Honourable Jamie Martens. The Honourable Jamie Martens was first elected MLA for Martensville, Blairmore in 2024. She served as Provincial Secretary. Born and raised in Martensville, Jamie was the city's deputy mayor and served on Martensville City Council. Before entering municipal politics, She served as an auxiliary constable with the RCMP, and before joining the Deputy Sheriff's Office in Regina, where she worked for 16 years. Jamie was elected and served for 3 successive terms as a Saskatchewan representative at the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, and during her 3 terms at the FCM, her duties included being the Vice Chair of the Canadian Rural Forum and delegate to the ongoing Canadian Women in Local Leadership Projects. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Honourable Jamie Martens.